Hello, everyone. After learning a bit about novels in verse from our earlier book talks, today we will be reading a passage from Caroline Starr Rose's novel in verse, Maybe. If you're interested in checking out Rose's novel, it can be found in the juvenile fiction section at most libraries. Maybe is the story of a young girl helping a neighboring family on their homestead, just until Christmas time, so only a few months, or so May thinks. But a mysterious turn of events leaves May alone, trying to figure out how to make it through the impending cold. Set in the grasslands of Kansas, far from home, in a desolate place miles from any sort of comfort, fans of Little House on the Prairie will truly enjoy Maybe. So, before we begin, I invite you to consider how you would feel if you were in May's place, with winter fast approaching and your resources quickly dwindling. What would you do? How would you survive? And keep those thoughts in mind. We will talk about them afterwards. So, without further ado, now for a preview. Day 54. It is morning. There is no water, no fuel. It was foolish to waste time last night. Day 55. A sack of buffalo chips next to the stove, water from the stream, coffee in the pot. I cannot let myself think. Just do chores, May. Keep moving. Go pick some corn. Maybe I could try to finish the floor Mr. Oblinger left undone. There are only a few boards missing. Day 56. I bang at the boards, not sure exactly where to place each piece, but figuring with so few to go, the planks will show me where they belong. Maybe Mr. Oblinger will want to fix these boards to his liking someday. I stop myself. He's never coming back. Day 57. I am afraid, in the dark, all alone. I am afraid. Day 58. It started small, Hiram's church-going shirt left untucked, my dirty hands at supper time. Then we got bold. Sneaked a piece of cooling pie, waded deeper in the stream than Pa allowed. Somehow, Hiram rarely caught trouble. That smile of his softened Ma. Pa, grateful for the extra hands, overlooked the times Hiram forgot to milk. Misplaced a saw, dropped his boot in the creek. I thought of something he wouldn't dare do. Get Ma's scissors and meet me out back. It was just the two of us behind the soddy, but I leaned in close. And a soddy is a house. Cut some of my hair. He narrowed his eyes. Why'd I want to do that? Afraid Ma will notice? I sang. Worried Pa will tell you to wait for him in the barn? You're daring me, he asked. I am, I said. That was enough to stir him. And when he grabbed at a braid and the scissors snapped, I scooped it up, a 4-inch rope of brown hair. Swishing it under his nose, I told him, You're going to get it tonight. That smile of his lit up his face. Don't I know it? I swatted at him with the braid, yelled, I'm showing Ma, and ran. Day 59. It is not strange to wear the same dress from day to day, but to awake, still clothed, and not notice until the coffee's made. Day 60. I hope Mrs. Oblinger fell off that horse and is still wandering the prairie. Mr. Oblinger better be dead. Pa deserves the mess he's made, sending me here. His only daughter, abandoned by strangers, forgotten by family, left behind by classmates, ignored by teacher. Nobody cares about me. I hate this place. Day 61. Today, if it takes forever, I will see the place where the earth touches the sky. I will find it. I will track it down. I will not sit here and wait for nobody to come, for nothing to happen. Have Hiram and I been wasting time on a foolish game? Today, I will learn the truth. Over my shoulder, I check for the sadi. 1 time, 2 times, 3. Why did I think I'd be brave enough to set out on my own? How did Hiram and I get this idea anyway? The earth is round, Miss Sanders told us. She brought that globe to school. Let us pass it around. If stories were true, I'd follow a breadcrumb path all the way home. But I have no heart for fairy tales anymore. Day 62. I return to the sadi, gather pebbles at the creek, and line them up. A family of smooth stones, one by one. I heave them into the water, harder, then harder still, until I'm wet and hoarse from yelling and done with childish dreams. Day 63. I have decided there is no need to iron my dresses or the linens, and my hair, I don't have to pull it back in a braid. My coffee doesn't need to be hot. Who will notice? I think it might be September, if I've counted right. Day 64. Some days I sit at the creek, the sun on my back, collecting pill bugs from under rocks. They curl into a ball at the slightest touch, then, waiting, unfold themselves to continue their journey, this time on my wrist, my thumb, the frayed cuff of my dress. I hold them, watch them rush, wonder what sort of task could hurry such a creature along. I lie in the sunshine, thankful for the freshness of the grass, the babbling company of the stream. Day 65. Some days I sit in the rocker, the quilt about me, though it's hot outside. I shun the sunlight, groan to think of the water I must fetch, the steps I'll have to take, the work that's needed just to exist. Wouldn't it be better to forget, to care? Wouldn't it be easier to stay in the hazy place where dreams come to simply fade away? Day 66. I crouch under the table, listening to the rain drip on the supper dishes I left out in my rush to stay dry. My thoughts drift back to teacher. I can't let them happen here, under the table, where there's no task to keep me busy. Day 67. The bedding is wet. I try to find a way to sleep that allows for comfort, but I can't. My memories catch up with me. I wonder what teacher had to say when I didn't return to school. The girls finally got some sense staying home. Maybe I was only smart before teacher came. It's because you won't try. Teacher, I've tried more than you will ever know, out in the barn, with my book, and my voice shaking. The words on paper don't match the sounds I make. I have to memorize to even try to read aloud. So, if you think I can't read, teacher, then maybe you're right. $69. Coffee. A half sack of dried beans, flour, sugar, and cornmeal. The sugar's not good for much when eating simple things, but the flour, with my bit of sourdough starter, keeps providing for biscuits like I used to bake with Ma. The last of the meat ran out long ago. A tin of peaches is all that is left of Mrs. Oblinger's fine things. I've told myself I must hold out longer before I touch them. They're stashed, like a promise behind the rest. Thank you. And now would be a good time for any questions that you might have and to share your thoughts on the novel and the prompt that we discussed earlier. And if anyone is interested in reading more novels in verse, we have provided a handout for you with some titles that we think you would like, and there are plenty more too, so if you have any that or if you're interested in some that you don't see on there, please let us know and we can find something for you. And if you have any questions at all about the suggestions on the handout, please let us know. Thanks.